What's up everyone, Sunkissed here, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the interview that just took place recently. Mr. Matty Smith actually interviewed Todd Howard. We learned some new things about the kind of future of Fallout as a franchise, but more specifically, what we're going to be talking about today, the future of Fallout 76. I'm sure many of you probably have heard of MrMattyPlays, so if not, definitely go check this video out, check the full interview with Todd Howard out. Give his channel a look. He's got awesome content, and he gave me the stuff I'm able to talk about today, so I appreciate it a ton. Some of the stuff also actually relates to a video that Fargassier actually released last week, talking about something that he learned while he was out at the Xbox Game Showcase. So huge shout out to Gassy for sharing some of the information that he learned, but I think some of it's actually connected, and I'll discuss that a little bit further into the video, but definitely go give that video a watch as well. Check out his channel, he's absolutely amazing. Both of the creators that I just mentioned are linked in the description below. Definitely go check out their channels. So one of the first questions that MrMattyPlays actually asked Todd Howard was about what the holdup is on a Fallout New Vegas 2. Todd doesn't really talk too much about what games are in the works, as we've grown accustomed to. He doesn't always give super straight answers, but he's great at getting us excited for what's to come. But in that, his response actually kind of included Fallout 76. So he pretty much said he's excited where Fallout 76 is at as a game, and that's allowing him to feel like they don't need to rush out the next mainline game. So I think that really speaks volumes about what their plans are as a company, Bethesda at least, as it pertains to supporting Fallout 76 for the future. So kind of building off of, Todd answering that he's happy with where Fallout 76 is at as a game, a follow-up question is kind of asked about, the future of Fallout 76 and how long it's planning to be supported for. Todd says essentially that they have a great internal roadmap for several years to come. He also says that he's kind of sad that they didn't support Fallout 4 and Skyrim for at least 10 years, given what they know now of how long, Bethesda Games fans truly play these games. I myself play Fallout New Vegas 3, 4 still to this day, and those games are pretty old. So, I think they're starting to realize that the level of support they need to provide these games that are coming out is just increasing. The market's there for it. So I think, Fallout 76 is going to be supported for quite some time to come. He also kind of gets asked about what other sort of content do they want to keep bringing to the game. He specifically asks Todd, are they going to be bringing more expeditions? And, it's essentially on the table, but Todd said that map expansions are much more meaningful, to quote him, and that another one is coming. Actually, another one will be coming, and there's actually going to be some sort of part 2 to the Skyline Valley expansion. And I think this is also kind of building off of the video that I mentioned earlier, where Fargassier was saying there's some stuff coming to Fallout in the fall. He specifically talks about something called Milepost 0, which is some sort of caravan related thing. I think it might be something that pertains to having a caravan outposts under your control. I'm not entirely sure. Gassy knows much more about that than I do, but I definitely think that a potential Skyline Valley part 2 update might also bring that Milepost 0 thing that he mentions in his video. So I'll just give a kind of brief summary, a little bit more than what I just mentioned about Fargassier's video. Again, go check that video out, please. Super happy for him that he got invited out to Xbox Game Showcase. That is super awesome. But essentially, the kind of the information that he's able to share with us at this time is that there's some sort of addition coming to the game in the fall of this year. It's stuff to relate to caravan outposts. He mentions that there's going to be a new infamy system. I took that as a reputation system, kind of what we have right now for Crater and the Raiders, and then Foundation with the Settlers. So that'd actually be really cool. I hope that's what he was talking about. I would love to see another faction that, can become an ally and offer you different types of gold bullion plans and other benefits. It also mentions that there's going to be new unique vendors for decor. So I don't know if that's going to be only relating to decorating caravan outposts, or if that means that if you have a caravan outpost, you'll be able to have your own vendor. Either way, it seems really cool. I'm excited for that sort of addition to the game. So moving on to the next topic of discussion on the Todd Howard interview, MrMattyPlays asks Todd if he can give any teasers on the future of Fallout 76 and any, roadmap plans. Todd references, how the game has evolved over these last 6 years that it's been out, and cites that there's been around 50 updates. I know that's a nice flashy number, but essentially he's saying he thinks that the studio can keep up with the rate of content output that they've had, especially with the recent success of the Fallout TV show. I'm sure the attention to this game is only being amplified, so he's just reassuring that. MrMattyPlays also asks if they're comfortable with where the monetization is currently within Fallout 76, meaning do they have plans to ever make paid DLC content-wise, and Todd says no, they want to keep the current monetization plan. They said it's working great for them, and they don't have any plans to make major content DLCs behind paywalls. I myself personally wouldn't be surprised if this game eventually is moved to free-to-play. There's been so many sales of it. You can get it on Game Pass. It's on sale all the time. You can buy used copies. I don't really know how much money they're bringing in from game sales revenue standpoint. I know a decent portion of that is coming from Fallout First. It's coming from the Atom Shop. So I personally predict this game may become free-to-play eventually. The next thing that gets brought up that I think is actually super important, especially to understand Todd's perspective and Bethesda's perspective going forward, as it pertains to Fallout 76 and its relation to the other mainline games. He's asked if he thinks that a new mainline Fallout game would have some sort of cannibalization with the current player base of Fallout 76, and if support at that time might stop for the game. He says he doesn't think so, and I would tend to agree with him. I think that Fallout 76 provides a different experience for players than the single-player games. I enjoy both of those experiences, and I want both of those to be around. He cites that Skyrim has been out for like 10 years. ESO has been out for a long time as well. Both of those games have very healthy player bases, and I'm sure there is crossover. People in ESO are going back to play Skyrim, and people from Skyrim are going back to play ESO. Those games can coexist. It's a perfect comparison, in my opinion, to what Fallout 76 could be to the other mainline single-player games, and so on. So to kind of round out some of the responses he gave relating to Fallout, more so Bethesda as a whole, he cites that 25 million players played last month across all of their games. I think that's a great health check for us all as Bethesda fans to kind of see where Bethesda is as a whole. I'm sure Fallout 76 fits somewhere very smoothly into that ecosystem of monthly players, so I think that can guarantee us definitely some future updates to come. As Todd mentioned, they have a roadmap of a few years ahead planned for this game. I imagine once the new season of the Fallout TV show comes out, we're going to see another huge surge within all the Fallout games. I'm sure Fallout 76 in particular, as it's going to continually get more updates. I think perception towards this game is only getting more positive over time, so that everything is really looking up for us right now, and I'm really excited about that. We got to guarantee that there's more map expansions coming out, because that sort of stuff is more meaningful to them. Expeditions are on the table possibly. I'm just really excited to see kind of what Appalachia is going to look like in a couple of years. And, I really have to say, if you're a new player coming to this game, I would say in a year or two, I hope you come before, or hope you join us before then. But, if you're a new player then, man, you're going to be eating good with how much content is in this game and, the value that it brings. But with that, that's going to do it for my coverage on that interview. Definitely go give that full interview a watch. There's a lot of stuff to be learned. It's really cool being able to see Mr. Matty interview him. It's kind of a different interview style than I'm sure a lot of the stuff that Todd sits down for normally. And definitely go check out Fargassier's video to learn a little bit more specific details kind of about that milepost 0 stuff that he covered in his video. That'll do it for today. Thank you very much for watching, hit the like button and subscribe and ring the notification bell to stay up to date with future videos on the channel. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Have a great day.